Well, hey, and welcome to another episode of Beetle Dustino, coming at you again today with yet another video, yet another What's on the Rack video. It's been a little while since I've done one, so I want to get the next one out there. Of course, last time we were talking about Jimi Hendrix, and this time we're continuing with Jimi Hendrix. Actually, we had a little bit of Beach Boys, solo Beach Boys, and Beach Boys family, and Jimi Hendrix in the last one. So this one will be all Jimi Hendrix. All right, before we do get started, I do want to thank all my subscribers and thanks to any new subscribers. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And do hit the notification bell so you know when I got my next video coming out, like my next What's on the Rack or What's in the Box. And also, please give the video a like. It really does help out the channel. And do leave a comment. I love having a discussion with everybody. But let's get on with this next episode of What's on the Rack. So yeah, kind of one of my signature series here, which is slowly getting down to the end here. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I suppose we're going to count those too. So 11 more sections. Oh, I guess we're a little over halfway then. But yeah, we're on Jimi Hendrix right now, and we're on the Jimi Hendrix live albums is what we're kicking off with here. And we'll get into some compilations. And I've been collecting Hendrix on CD specifically since the late 90s, early 2000s. So right in the sweet spot of when the Experience Hendrix, the Hendrix estate kind of took over. And they've really nicely done up his catalog, and the issues that have been coming out have been just spectacular. I haven't been collecting the vinyl though. I've only been really collecting the CDs. Recently I've got into some vinyl, but this is one of my favorites though from it, and I absolutely have always loved this. I love the Live at the BBC, the Beatles one, and the Hendrix BBC sessions. The Hendrix Experience BBC sessions is one of my favorites of theirs too. So I think I'm kind of a sucker for the BBC stuff, I think. This, if you haven't listened to it though, it's a lot of just covers and kind of old blues and stuff like that. Really great. Gotta remember how these fold out. There we go. Because I always show the second disc and that. So 2 disc sets on this one. One of my favorites though. I absolutely love this. Another one I absolutely love, and we're kind of at New Year's time here. I always consider this a New Year's album. So Band of Gypsys live at the Fillmore East. I already showed just the Band of Gypsys. This is kind of the next version of that came out. There's been several versions of it. I think we're going to see 2 more yet coming up here of the Fillmore East sessions. And this one is a 2-disc, real big expansion on the Band of Gypsys. There was a Band of Gypsys 2. I don't think that ever got released on CD. I think that was only on LP, maybe cassette. Words in the corner will help me out there. But there is the back of the booklet and disc 1 folded out here, back of the tray there, and disc 2. Kind of coming up next, I think I got these in release order, so the next one would be the Woodstock one, kind of an expanded version on the Woodstock. I think there's been versions of Woodstock out there before, but not quite this full, and I still don't even think this is the full set either. But it's a nice 2-disc set, really nicely done. I know I've listened to many hours of this one too. I love the labels that they get on these, all the different colors, the purples, greens, oranges, blues. So far on these, we've been jewel case. Most of them have been 2-disc. This next one, though, is Blue Wild Angel, live at the Isle of Wight Festival. This is a special 2 CD edition, I guess it says there. I didn't know there was another version. I'll show you the spine. But we went out a jewel case on this one into the dreaded Digipack. It's still, mine's held up very nice over the years though, but like I said, I try to keep my disc very, very much intact. I don't like carrying around the cases. I always got a Case Logic. If I'm gonna listen to them in my car, I put the disc into the Case Logic there and carry a few discs around. This one though, nice with the blue and then the yellow or orangish there. Most of these on the Digipack ones, if they got the 2-disc, the booklet is not glued in there. It's just slid in, so the booklet's just kind of tucked in there. Really cool they've done that. I'll show you behind the tray on each one. I usually do that if there's a clear tray. There we go. But there is Blue Wild Angel live at the Isle of Wight Festival. Next, we got the Jimi Hendrix Experience live at Berkeley, and this is the Berkeley Community Theater, Saturday, May 30th, 1970, the second show, 10 p.m. This is still a digipack on this. This is kind of the next one in the set here. The booklet, yeah, there we go, hides in here. Actually, that's the front of the book. This one's only a single disc. There's behind the tray there. And up next, the Jimi Hendrix Experience live at Monterey. This one I was really looking forward to when they announced this one. I remember, really fun. Now, a lot of these did come out, and we'll get to that section here, but were accompanied with a DVD too. So you could get the CD, plus you could get the DVD if you wanted that. So you got kind of a nice little film feature on it and that. This one, they changed it up here, it looks like. So we got the booklet in a little pocket there, kind of like the Beatles do on their packaging. However, those are in digipack. There's this digi sleeve, but there we go. And this one I've always had a fun time with too. I love these live Hendrix albums. And of course, that one being such an iconic show, kind of him getting, and the Experience getting introduced to the US. So up next, we got the Miami Pop Festival, be the next one. And there's the spine and the back. Still sticking with the digi sleeve. Oh, and they went away from the pocket. We're back to the booklet in there like that. That time I think I'm showing you the back of the booklet there. Cool looking disc label there. And there we go. Is that, yeah, Mitch there? Yeah, looks like it. And up next we got Freedom, the Jimi Hendrix Experience Atlanta Pop Festival. Back to a double disc on this one. So there we go. We'll open that up. Great looking labels on that, the black and the red, and the red and the blue. Looks just great. Booklet is hiding in here. There we go. I'll show you below disc 1 there, and then disc 2. And I told you we'd have more of the Band of Gypsys, the Fillmore East series from his New Year's Eve 1969 going into New Year's Day 1970. So that's why I always consider this a New Year's album. So we got Christmas albums, this is a New Year's album. So there we go. But yeah, this is Machine Gun, Jimi Hendrix, the Fillmore East first show, December 31st, 1969. So there we go. So yeah, what I said, there was Band of Gypsys 2. The one I just showed there, I can't think of the name of it. The Live at the Fillmore East, and now Live at the Fillmore East, the first show. The booklets, again, hiding back here. Really cool on that disc label. I love that. There is the back of the tray there. But wait, there's more. Still got the Fillmore East. This would be the next one. I've done a What's in the Box on this, so I don't know if I'm going to show a ton on this. But this is Songs for Groovy Children, the Fillmore Concerts. And this has pretty much the whole series on it there. There's the top there, nothing really on the bottom. Top slides off like that. Got a nice thick book here. Lots of info there. I'm not going to show you each of the discs. I'll link my What's in the Box there. But they got 1 disc, 2 disc, 3 disc, 4 disc, 5 disc. And then I got my little backing J card that would have came on it. I got tucked in here. Very nice box, very thick. Nice heavy duty material. So kind of bringing What's in the Box to What's on the Rack, because this is one that actually fits on the rack. And this next one up can almost get a What's in the Box of its own too. This is the Jimi Hendrix Experience live in Maui, and this was a really fun package on this one. They really kind of did it up different. I got to remember how this unfolds. Okay, so it's got a little magnetic clamp there. I can feel that it's got the little magnetic pull. So that's why it stays together good there, but that top part comes down. I didn't show you the side or the back before I got going with this. But I've really been impressed with this packaging. So there we got the kind of the first fold, and oh, and there's my hype sticker coming out there. There we go. I think this is one of the first I've kept the hype sticker on, and he's got great hype stickers. So there's the next fold, and that's disc 1. Yep, there we go. And oops, my booklet fell out. I'll show you behind the disc there as we're doing this, and then the next fold here, and that gets you disc 2, I believe. Yes, there we go. And I'll show you behind there, and then the next fold, and that gets you the Blu-ray the Music Money Madness documentary. So this is one of the first ones that they've packaged the DVD, Blu-ray right with the CDs. Like I said, a lot of these you could get a DVD on the film there. On this one, they packaged it right with it. This was the only way you could get it too. You get the LP, which also had the Blu-ray with it. You couldn't get the Blu-ray separately, from what I remember, and you couldn't get just the CD separately. And that's why I never got the LP. At this point, I was collecting LPs, but I'm like, I'm not going to spend all this money on the CD set and then get the LP and not, you know, that, and have the Blu-ray twice. Plus, how fun is that packaging on that? And there's the booklet that fell out. So really fun set there. And it seems like he's been pretty consistent year after year getting a new live album out. I believe that was 2019, the Songs for Groovy Children was out, the box set. And then 2020 for the Live in Maui. And it looks like he skipped a year, but 2022 we did get the Jimi Hendrix Experience Los Angeles Forum, April 26, 1969. So there we go. Pretty cool. And we're back to the single disc. Seems like only that one had the pocket. I wish that they would do the pocket with all of them, but there's the booklet. I was gonna say, this one I should have the hype sticker for. There we go. That's another thing with Experience Hendrix. They've been very consistent with that hype sticker. It's always been that purple and orange hype sticker on everything from what I can remember. I wish I would have saved all of them. But there we go. Very boring cover on this one, though. I think I think it's great they didn't include the Experience on it, but it's quite boring for a Hendrix release. And I only mention that because this next one is the newest one, 2023. We saw the Jimi Hendrix Experience Hollywood Bowl, August 18th, 1967. And I think this is one of the greatest album covers of any of these. I mean, it just hits everything, how great that is. I think that is a great album cover. Unfortunately, you don't get the Experience on it. Still, it just looks just great. Yeah, the booklet slides out again. Show you the hype sticker quick, because I know this one's got it. But yeah, there's the front of the book, the back of the book, and I think I showed you the disc label already, but come back to it, and there's under the tray there, so you get kind of the full effect there. And I think I showed you the back and the spine. Okay, and I think we're getting into the compilations now, and these ones, I haven't collected a lot of these, but I've slowly been starting to get some of the older compilations before the Experience Hendrix time. I'm just trying to find some used ones. And this is one of those older ones, and I can really tell why they wanted to get a little better with these, because these older ones, the packages aren't that great. But this is the Essential Hendrix Volumes 1 and 2. There was an LP set that separately you could get these. And when it came to CD, let's see, 3 records on a 2-disc set. So you basically got the LPs were spread out against 3 records. The disc, they just made it into a 2-disc set. So there we go. And there's the old boring CDs there. But surprisingly, it's got the slimmer, not the fatty box there. But there we go on that. Pretty cool. And then this one I bought really cheap, sight unseen, off of eBay. It is the Jimi Hendrix Experience Kiss the Sky on reprise. I think I said it right for once. And this is not the correct cover. I think it's missing a couple of pages. This is like a picture that was within the booklet. So if you think the cover looks a little weird, that's why. So I'm going to try to get another copy of this. It's got maybe with a different, I know there's a couple of different style of disc labels here, so try to find one of those other disc labels and get that then. Next up will be another one that we'll probably see what's in the box on, but really cool. I don't know if that's going to come out there, but it looks just great. Another reprise, and show you the spine there. And this is the Lifelines, the Jimi Hendrix Story, and it's a 4-disc set. Here they all sit there. Kind of interesting, each disc has got, so this is disc 1, and then disc 2. There we go. And then disc 3. And then disc 4, interesting, it's the LA Forum concert. Experience Hendrix is now released that, as I just showed you a few discs back. But here it is again in this format here. Part of this box set. There we go on that one. That's really cool. You can see my box is kind of fraying at the top there, though. I think I still did really good finding this used in this good a shape, though. I remember when I was searching for it, and the price I got it at, too, I remember wasn't bad. All right, and then up next, yeah, this is still not Experience Hendrix. This was right before it. This is the Jimi Hendrix The Ultimate Collection. Kind of one of those first 90s compilations that came out. And I remember when I was shopping for my CDs in the 90s, you could still find this pretty easily in the stores. And I don't know why I never bought it. I didn't get this until recently. I got a used copy, and so used, it doesn't even have any teeth left in the spindles. So my disc is just kind of sitting in there. So I got to be really careful not to lose that one. But this was one of the first of the Experience Hendrix ones that got released. And this is just Jimi Hendrix Blues. Really kind of cool. I remember I've listened to this one quite a bit. Back in the day, I really enjoyed these blues ones with him doing it. Great looking disc there. There's Behind the Tray. And then this one I think is one everybody's got if you were collecting in this era. This is the Jimi Hendrix Experience, the Best of Jimi Hendrix. And this has been a pretty popular compilation. I think this has sold quite a few copies. And one that does have, I think it's only got one live track on it. I was going to say it's got some live tracks on it, but I think it's only the Star Spangled Banner from Woodstock on there. There is the back of the booklet and the disc. And below the tray there. I still remember the day I got this one. I was in Best Buy one day just looking through everything. One of the employees came up to me and asked if I had anything he'd help me find, and I said, well, I'm just looking for Jimi Hendrix stuff. And he says, oh, by the way, we've got a new Hendrix one out. And he showed me this, and I went and picked it up. So I specifically remember getting this one that day. Yeah, but there we go. But it's Voodoo Child, the Jimi Hendrix Collection. And this one's kind of a split between a compilation and a live album. So this disc, this one is compilation. And then we open it up. And I think this one's glued into there. The booklet's glued in the middle there. But disc 2 there. And that is all live tracks on disc 2. So kind of a live album and a compilation all in one there. But pretty cool. I know I used to listen to this one quite a bit. The sad part is most of these live tracks have now been reissued on the full live album. Let's see, yeah, Winterland, I know that's had one. Los Angeles Forum, Berkeley, Maui, Fillmore East. So pretty much everything I'm going through here. The only one, New York Pop Festival. I know they haven't done that one yet. San Diego Sports Arena. I know that one hasn't been out. But otherwise, it's like Monterey, Isle of Wight, Woodstock. So, I mean, most of these have been on another live album. But still nice to have. And the next one up is another blues one. And this is the Martin Scorsese Presents the Blues, Jimi Hendrix. So off of his documentary that he did, I believe was on PBS. And they did kind of a soundtrack thing. I think there was all kinds of different musicians. Of course, this is the Jimi Hendrix one. There we go, the disc there. The only one that I got, 2 of these, but this is another one I really enjoyed this one. I know the tracks on this are really good, well chosen. You like that good rock psychedelic blues that Jimmy does. Great album right there. Something tells me too, I was looking at that recently and the prices on it are pretty expensive for that CD, so I'm really shocked on that. And then we're to the last one on the rack, and this one's kind of an interesting one. And this one kind of slipped by me until recently. I finally got a used copy of it. It's still Experience Hendrix, but the only place you could get it, I think, was Starbucks. This is that Hear Music Opus Collection. I know I've got a John Lennon one and a Beach Boys one that was done up on this. It's just another compilation. You can only get it at Starbucks. Still official, though, with Experience Hendrix. Still in a digi sleeve, or digipack, I mean. Ooh, wow, even I'm getting it wrong. Booklet's glued in there, so there we go. Pretty cool, and it's Jimi Hendrix Rainy Day Dream Away is the true title on it. And there's the back of the tray there. And yeah, that one will end off this section of the rack. So section 16, another one down there. All right, on to section 17 when we get started on that. It'll end up my Hendrix collection. You know, because this is coming out right around New Year's, just past the Christmas, I want to show that because it kicks off with this EP. We're going to show it again on section 17, but I'm going to do a little bonus on this. So Jimi Hendrix, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And this is his Christmas album, I guess we could call it. It's just an EP. he did this with the band of Gypsys, kind of in rehearsal for the Fillmore East. And it's just a pretty basic little package here. But there we go. And this has got, let's see, he does a Little Drummer Boy and Silent Night, Old Lang Syne, I never say that right, Old Lang Syne, there we go, Old Lang Syne, wow. And then there's one version of it, and then there's a longer version of it, extended version, and then there's Three Little Bears. So I don't know, I guess we could call this actually a single, not an EP. Three Little Bears, which is kind of a fun little song. But yeah, I'll show that as a little bonus. We will kick off section 17 with that one though too, but because this is coming out sandwiched right between Christmas and the New Year, I feel that it would be wrong not to show that, because it kind of celebrates both Christmas and New Year on that. But yeah, we'll do more Hendrix, and it'll pretty much be, after that one, it'll pretty much be all my Dagger Records collection, and then some kind of bootleg-ish ones, gray market, I don't know what you want to call those. And then we'll kick into Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers in section 17. Before I get rambling too much though, I do want to wrap this up. I know these are always long videos. Once I edit down though, they're not that long. It just takes a while to film them. So they're still long though, in a sense. But anyways, now I am rambling because I'm even talking about editing and whatnot. And you don't want to hear that. You want to hear about the music. So there we go. But anyways, I'm going to get wrapping up. Before I do get wrapping up, I do want to thank all my subscribers once again, and thanks to any new subscribers. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do, and do hit the notification bell. Also, please give the video a like if you like it. Like I said, this is a long one, so if you stuck around to this point, you must like it, so please give it a like. It really does help out the channel, and do leave a comment. Let me know your thought on these Jimi Hendrix records. Let me know if you got them. Let me know if you've been collecting them on LP also. I know that there is quite a bit of these on LP. I haven't picked many of those up. I've got a few of them on those smaller LPs, just the single disc ones. They kind of split down some of the tracks on, but I don't have most of them there. Yeah, once again, I'm rambling here, but yeah, just let me know your thoughts on Hendrix and Hendrix CDs and the Experience Hendrix, since they've kind of taken over with the CDs and such. I think they've done a really great job keeping his spirit and memory alive, and keeping his music out there for people. Me especially, I came into his fandom in the late 90s there, and it, I think, really was solidified by the fact that there was such a great series coming out, and has still continued into 2023, still under them. It's been through a different couple of record labels, but still the Experience Hendrix state there kind of watching over it and really doing a good job. Every single one of these packages is great. Booklets are all great. The fact you can usually get an accompanying film to go with it too. So, I mean, you really get to know a lot about Hendrix, and that's why I think I've always loved the Beatles. I came in at the anthology time, so I really got to know them. When I got listening to Hendrix, I also was picking up the films and the DVDs. I was such a DVD collector at that time, so it was a no-brainer for me to pick up the DVDs too. And, get to know him through that too. Not just the music, and get to know the man himself and the experience and everything around it there. And Eddie Kramer, how do I forget to mention that? I used to always love watching him demix the tracks there, and hear how he kind of set everything up, which he did in a lot of those films. So, but one day on What's on the Rack, we'll get to that, and I'll go a little deeper into that. But anyways, you can see my excitement for Hendrix. I love Hendrix, really do. I would say he's probably one of my favorites, right behind the Beatles. So unfortunately, I haven't listened to a lot of his stuff lately, so I got to change that up. But anyways, I am going to get signing out totally now, as I've really rambled. I am Beetle Dustino, signing out.